Now, you know your boy had to talk about stress. What is stress anyway? Well, let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, a few fun facts, and the tips to share. So Webster will tell you that stress is the mental or emotional tension that's the result of an adverse event or extreme circumstance. What? Well, let's break it down my way. First, the good. Stress is normal. It's supposed to be there. I mean, you might want to get out the way when LeBron James comes down the lane to dunk on you, or if you see a lion or a tiger or a bear, oh my, right? It makes a lot of sense. Stress can protect you. It can actually improve your cognitive performance. It can boost your immune system, and it can make you a tough cookie. Now the bad. Constant stress over time changes your brain size, structure, and function. I mean, that constant stress creates a cycle that activates key areas of your brain to raise a hormone called cortisol. It does a ton of things, but in this case, it's there to raise your blood pressure or your heart rate. It makes your muscles tense up and it makes you sweat, and it puts your brain on high alert to be ready for the situation. The cool part about it, though, is that the front part of your brain has a job to make that whole thing regulated. And so it sort of keeps the checks and balances on that system to make sure that your body's response is appropriate for the stress. Now, here's the caveat. That same cortisol, when it's up high for a long time, it affects that front part of the brain, so it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And now, since it's not working, no one can regulate, the checks and balances are gone, and that cycle of stress just goes haywire. When it goes more and more, your brain can be in a constant state of fear, and you can worry about the future. Now, what's ugly? Well, that cycle can go so long and long that your brain starts to shrink, and you can experience anxiety, depression. You can have panic attacks or PTSD, and even Alzheimer's disease. So let me share some fun facts. This is a summary of research from the neuroscience world that looked at nurturing of babies and parents. They found that babies that were nurtured by their parents had a less sensitive response to stress. On the other hand, babies that did not get that nurturing from their parents, they were more sensitive to stress. I mean, these are stressed out babies. But actually, we found that those babies who were stressed out, that stress response can be reversed if you add back in the nurturing. When they looked at the DNA markers, they found that same effect passed down from generation to generation to generation. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the cycle of stress in your life may have been passed down to you from somebody else. But it also means that you have the chance to experience something new. You can change the game and change the pattern and pass that along to someone coming behind you. So how do we do that? Well, we have to change your brain pattern. I mean, at this point, it's been hardwired for stress. It's formed new connections to tell it how to be stressed all the time. And so we got to change the way that your brain thinks and form new connections. So first way to do that is by going to therapy. Yeah, I said it, therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy or talk therapy is a great tool that's been proven to help with stress and anxiety. I mean, it can help you identify upsetting thoughts or experiences and give you coping mechanisms to kind of figure out exactly how to get that stress level down. Number 2, exercise. Now, you've heard me say this before, and I can't say it enough. Exercise creates brand new brain cells. And so when we're trying to break that system and form new connections, having new brain cells with new memories helps to do that in an extreme way. And so I recommend a regular regimen of exercise as much as you possibly can. And the last I'm gonna mention is prayer and meditation. Yeah, mindfulness is dope, and it's a proven benefit throughout the entire world to reduce your stress. I mean, being mindful is not just about being trendy, but it's because it actually works. Breathing techniques, being aware of your surroundings helps reduce your stress, and it brings down those levels of cortisol to help you get back to a normal state of stress, not that bad stress we talked about earlier. And so we've talked about stress, a few fun facts, and as always, this has been From My Brain to Yours.